What's up, guys? It's your boy Goblins, and today we're talking about the White Hair Talisman. Back here with some more Dark Souls 3 stuff. I had received a comment on my montage talking about the White Hair Talisman and why I don't use it in Pyromancy or in Dark Souls at all. And that's because it's simply just not as good for your Pyromancies. I think if you're running it for buffs and whatnot, that might be the better way to go. To confirm this, I don't run White Hair Talisman because it's not as powerful as a Pyromancy Flame. And right here, I'll demonstrate that for you guys really quick. So hitting with a regular Pyromancy Flame on the Chaos Bed Vestiges, I'm going to hit this guy for 1048. And then hitting him with that same spell, Chaos Bed Vestiges, with the White Hair Talisman, 931. So I'm deducting approximately 100 damage. Some Pyromancies deduct approximately 150 damage off of that as well. White Hair Talisman plus 5 compared to the Pyromancy Flame plus 10. It does make a huge difference if you're casting spells aggressively. So I think the person in the comments just kind of had their information mixed up, and I wanted to clarify why I don't use it, and that's because you don't get as much damage output for pure Pyromancy as you would with Pyromancy Flames. Now, the concept of the Talisman is a really cool concept. I love the fact that you can do Miracles and Pyromancies with it, but it's just simply not as powerful as holding a Pyromancy Flame. There's a huge difference in damage. And unfortunately, that 100 points worth of damage in PvP and PvE does make quite a difference. I mean, if I was casting faster or something, maybe it wouldn't be too bad, but unfortunately, I'm not. So then it got me thinking about maybe like a dark build that you can do with the White Hair Talisman mixed up with Pyromancies and Dark Miracles and all that stuff. So then I went ahead and equipped all my Dark Miracles and my Dark Pyromancies and everything to see if maybe I could kind of like make some sort of cool Dark Miracle type hybrid build with Pyromancy as well. So I put all the spells on, as you guys can see here, and then I'm going to throw on the Dark Clutch Ring just to get extra dark damage as well. So I hit him for 242 with the White Hair Talisman, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit him with like a Black Fire Orb, for example. So I toss it his way. And I hit for 506 with the White Hair Talisman. So it could potentially make for a unique build if you're using a shield of some sort. So I got my Dark Hand equipped here. Most of you guys probably won't run Dark Hand. You'll probably use something along the lines of like Grass Crest, or I don't know, Havel's Great Shield, like whatever you're running, whatever it may be, probably what you're running compared to Dark Hand. But even then, I'm noticing that my damage is significantly lower than hitting for Black Fire Orb with just regular Pyromancy Glove on. So I hit for 694 with my regular Pyromancy Glove. And the White Hair Talisman, I didn't hit for as much as I could have, you know? So then maybe we gotta mix the build up a little bit, toss on the Boost Your Miracles, and see what we can do for damage output there. So I'll hit Doris's Gnawing here, and even 367 doesn't seem that viable, especially for PvE or PvP. And it does have a slower cast time than a lot of Pyromancies as well, which is unfortunate. So let's try putting on Deep Protection, throwing a Black Fireball. So 462. So unfortunately, seeing that damage output, I'm really not hitting for that much. Even though it is a really cool talisman that casts Pyromancies and Miracles, it's really not worth your time, because even the Sunless Talisman here, which scales with Intelligence and Faith, will hit those Dark Miracles even more powerful. So if you wanted to do a dark build, you're probably better off putting a Pyromancy Flame in one hand and your Sunless Talisman in the other. And this is only a Sunless Talisman plus 4, keep that in mind as well. So even here with Sunless Talisman, hitting him for 551, and it's only plus 4, which makes it a far more viable Dark Miracle Talisman right here. Because once again, it scales off Int and Faith, which is what Pyromancy scales off as well. So if you're making a hybrid build of Dark Magic and Dark Pyromancies, is probably the way you're going to want to go. Of course, in comparison to the White Hair Talisman. So even hitting him with the Black Fire Orb versus the White Hair Talisman, I'm still doing 607 with some form of dark build that I kind of just threw together. And that's just with Ring of the Sun's Firstborn and Witch's Ring, which of course greatly boosts Pyromancies and Miracles as well. This build as a whole, even, it wasn't as viable as I wanted it to be. It seemed like a really cool concept and everything, but then trying to run this in PvP with soft caps, like keep in mind I have 40 Int, 40 Faith, my Attunement is off the charts! My stats aren't really a problem here because Fire and Dark both scale off Int and Faith, and I'm at the soft cap for both, which is 40-40, and it's just like, if I'm not doing the cap damage right now, then it might not, like, that's just really not worth my time doing some sort of dark build with like White Hair Talisman. And if I'm going to do it, I'd probably much rather use Sunless Talisman and a Pyro Glove, because I hardly run a shield to begin with. I mean, what's the point if I'm gonna just get sneezed on and die anyways? And the Life Hunt Scythe hits for 631 compared to the White Hair Talisman, which is going to hit for 305. Wow. And my like I said, my White Hair Talisman is upgraded to the max, and for it to hit, Oh man, for it to hit at 305 is man, that's not cool. Versus the Sunless Talisman, there's a huge difference there. So even the concept of maybe running White Hair Talisman to cast maybe like Power Within and your random debuffs here and there as a Pyromancy, even that doesn't make much sense because you're just gonna switch over to Sunless Talisman anyways, and it's just it doesn't. I don't see the balance out in that. I don't see the return on that really. So if you're gonna be running White Hair Talisman, you're probably only gonna be using it to cast like heals and debuffs and surges and all that stuff here and there while you're hitting with melee. It's probably going to be more or less used for supporting some sort of melee quality build with like faith involved or something like that, because really it just doesn't seem worth my time, unfortunately. So is the White Hair Talisman worth it? I am personally going to say no, only because if I am a pure Pyromancer, I'm not going to be wasting my time on just kind of casting Miracles and Pyromancies at the same time. It's going to be pure Pyromancy. And as I'm correcting a different commenter, White Hair Talisman does not do the same damage output as a Pyromancy Flame would, and that's why I wouldn't take it. But if you're running some sort of hybrid Pyromancy Miracle caster, if you can figure out that build, then maybe. But everything I've tested, unfortunately, I'm not able to figure out like a cool dark build that would work for both Pyromancy and Dark Miracles. It's like every time I've tried it in PvP, I've just got fucking dominated. It casts Combustion. It does cast Combustion. I don't know, man. But so does a left-hand Pyromancy glove, so you know, you make the decision here. I don't know. But I just wanted to kind of briefly talk about it and kind of go over why the White Hair Talisman would be good or not so good in a pure Pyromancy build, or beyond that, it really is a tool meant for buffing and just healing yourself casually and whatnot. Otherwise, if you are doing a Pyromancy build of some sort, your Pyromancy Flames are going to be better in your builds. And I just wanted to put that information out there. So with that being said and done, that's all I got to talk about for today, guys. As I always say, drop a like for your boy Goblins. And I'll be back here with more Dark Souls 3 content, so stay tuned, stay subscribed, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out!